The Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan is describing it as the export of activism. So, is it? The deportation of high-ranking Kenyan figures such as former Chief Justice Willy Mutunga and opposition leader Martha Karua has put into sharp focus the recent moves by Kenya's political and human rights activists to express their voices in neighboring countries such as Uganda and Tanzania. Citizen TV's Ayub Abdikadir puts this to context.
Tumeanza kuona mtiririko au mwenendo wa wanaharakati ndani ya region yetu hii kuanza kuvamia na kuingilia mambo yetu huku.
Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan is not mincing her words. She is accusing Kenyan political activists of exporting activism to her country. A trend she directed her country's security agencies to be on the alert. The expulsion of Martha Karua, Willy Mutunga and others constitutes uncharted waters in the recent history of diplomatic activities in the East African region. The denial of access to the Kenyans by Tanzanian authorities, raising questions on the principles of the East African community.
The principles of EAC require of all of us as member states to facilitate free movement of goods and persons, but circumstances exist under which states may choose to decline entrance to their countries.
The politically charged case against opposition leader Tundu Lissu could well be one such reason behind the decline of entry for Karua on Sunday and former Chief Justice Willy Mutunga on Monday.
But today, that has been violated by the orders.
Months earlier, the opposition leader and lawyer Martha Karua made a high-profile appearance in Kampala and successfully applied to join the legal defense team for detained opposition leader Kizza Besigye. Karua taking the Ugandan military court by storm.
We respectively urge you to grant us audience, which we already have, so that we are able to proceed. The word of mouth before the court from these two gentlemen is better than any written paper. If they say all these are their lawyers, that is it. Yes.
Besigye's case had been preceded by the norm-breaking abduction in Nairobi, ostensibly by Ugandan authorities. The cross-border arrest outraging political and human rights activists who immediately listed the incident as part of a shocking ascent of a dictatorial streak around the region.
We thought that as citizens of Jumuiya we were free, but not yet uhuru.
The arrival of a seemingly expanded battalion of activists in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, ahead of Tundu Lissu case appeared to have rattled the authorities, who swiftly threw out Karua and then Mutunga, among others.
As government, we are under an obligation to be able to speak out when our citizens are, are apprehended in particularly high, persons, and therefore we would want to understand what could have, led to this situation.
Yeah. With President Suluhu calling it the export of activism, questions abound whether the region is prepared at all for this uniquely Kenyan product.
Vis-a-vis our neighbors, I think we are way ahead in the liberalization journey, but we must allow our neighbors to also evolve. We cannot impose our, and project the way we run our democratic order on our neighbors. We've got to be careful.
And while the campaigns to stop tyranny from spreading, democratic backsliding and plummeting civil liberties stems from Kenya. The increasing exploits of Kenyans seeking strong and independent institutions in the region portray a dim democratic environment aided by a deeply entrenched strongmanship. Ayub Abdikadir, Citizen TV, Foreign Affairs, Nairobi.